Welcome to the John Trading channel. In this video, I'm going to give you my price prediction for Solana in 2023. Can price reach up to my target 3 over 2,000, roughly 2,200% away in 2023? Find out in this video, so make sure you stick around until the end. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed for future videos, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos. Once Solana made these highs at around $260 per coin back in 2021, we were on this really strong decline all the way down to the lows. You can see that we dropped basically 97% on Solana. We were using this exponential moving average sloping to the downside, which signaled to us that we were going to have continued downside momentum. We then use it all the way to the downside, coming back and retesting the EMA, and we're actually currently testing the EMA right now. We're in a bit of a trading range price action, actually using it as an initial resistance level. So I'm really waiting for confirmation above so we can get a break of this 20 exponential moving average, and then we can also have an upsloping exponential moving average like we had back in this area. To first begin finding my first price target for Solana, I bring my Fibonacci retracement tool all the way to the high at $267 per Solana, and then down to these lows here at around that $7 to $8 mark. You can see our now get price populating, showing this 382 level, the 0.5 level, and the 618 level on the Fibonacci retracement tool. But the first level I really want to scroll into is this part in here, as we had a really strong support level, and then we got a massive drop to the downside, and this is going to act as a decently strong resistance level once we come back into this area. So I'm going to scroll into this part of the chart on the daily time frame. Now focusing on this part of the chart on the daily time frame, you can see that we had a strong support level in these areas, slightly higher support, and then down in these areas we had a really strong support level, basically all encapsulated in this strong price action here. But what happened? We got a major breakout to the downside, which then signaled that this support level was going to flip as a resistance level. So once price comes back into this area, across through here, it's going to act as resistance. And you can see that's exactly what the price has done lately. So if I put a line on this chart right here, and then I scroll over to the right, you can actually see that we nearly use that as resistance levels to the upside. Every time prices come back into this area, we've actually had decent pushes to the downside. So this level acting as a support to resistance flip is definitely showing that it is going to be a little bit of resistance in the market, because once these support levels do get broken, it then acts as a really strong resistance to the upside when price is going to come back to these levels. So my first target for Solana would actually come to be and break above the high that we've got in 2023, get above this high and actually retest this area in here. So from the current price, that would be roughly a 40 to 50% gain on the current price. And that would actually be a fantastic trade, because if you're taking the trade from here, you're looking at roughly, you'd probably want to either take it below this low, which is about 3% stop loss, or the high probability play would actually be to take a 10% stop loss on this potential trade and look for that 40 to 50% gain. So even if you are taking that 10% stop loss, if you use the right risk to reward strategy, and let's say this only has a 40% chance of happening, which I don't believe is true. I believe we have an even higher percentage chance, but let's give it the worst case scenario. 40% chance of this happening, but you have a 4 to 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio, meaning that if you take this trade hundreds of times, you're basically guaranteed to leave and walk away with profit in the market, because you need to be structuring your trades using the win rate strategy plus the risk to reward strategy, calculating your actual trader's equation, and you would see that this has a very positive trader's equation in the market. In my trading course, I'm always teaching that you should never take more than 2 to 3% maximum risk. So on this particular trade, since I'm saying that there is currently that 10% risk, it would also mean that I would have to take basically 30% of my normal position size in the market. Let's say I'm normally trading a $30,000 account. Well, I'd only be able to trade a $10,000 account, because if I'm trading a $10,000 account and using that 10% stop loss, that would equal 3% of my $30,000 account. So you need to be able to calculate these numbers on the fly and actually understand how these work. This is really going to be a strong level in the market. There are going to be at least some sellers right here. The reason being is there were even buyers right in this market all the way through here after we had this bullish push. And if you think about it, someone's bought on this high here, bought on this high here, bought on this high here. How did they actually get out of their trade? When price finally comes back, they were down over 50 to 60% on their trade. So once they can finally get out break even, they're going to say thank you. And how do you get out of a buy position? Well, you need to sell in the market. So unfortunately, when price comes back here, we will see at least these support and resistance flip traders selling to the downside at least a small amount. You also see traders who got in late in the market also getting out of their position saying, thank you, I finally can get out break even. But the confirmation I'm truly waiting for on this trade is to actually get above this exponential moving average. Price has been below this exponential moving average for quite a while, but we've also been going sideways, which shows us that we're basically in a trading range right now where people are buying low and they're selling high. Because the EMA is moving sideways, it does signal to me trading range price action. The goal of a trading range is always to buy low, sell high, and scalp, not to hold your positions, because you can look through these areas here where we had that downward sloping EMA. What it then signals to us is you can sell in these areas and actually hold for a prolonged period of time to make money. But when the EMA is actually moving sideways, people are buying low, they're selling high, and they're scalping in the market. They're buying and they may be holding for a couple of days to a week at best. So the true confirmation I am waiting for is to get a break above this EMA and actually to see it actually begin ticking to the upside. Then we can begin actually taking this trade for target 1 for Solana. Let's now move over to target 2 so I can show you all my targets in the price. Let's now move over to target 2. Target 2 for Solana is actually going to be around this 0.58 level. So I'm actually going to scroll into this part of the chart on the daily time frame so I can show you even better. So now looking at the daily chart, I'm now looking at this 0.5 level, which is this green line on the chart. Through this area, we had a really strong support level, had major breakups to the upside. We also came back, use it as another support, use it in another support in this level. Then look what happened. We got major breakouts to the downside in this level, right on this 0.5 Fibonacci level. Now, when I scroll out a little bit to the right, you can see what happened. This support level got broken through, and then what happened? It then flipped to a resistance level. Price came up, was unable to push any higher, and then we got a major downturn in the market to the downside, which shows how strong these support and resistance flips are actually in the market, and you truly need to be paying attention to them on every time frame, on every asset that you are trading. But not only have we got this support and resistance flip right here, this is the 0.5 level for the Fibonacci. So we're going to have one whole set of traders in this area actually looking to sell on their trades because they've already seen that this is a pretty strong resistance to the upside, and it's going to have at least a small stall once price comes up, at least a small stall before we then look up for target 3. Then we've got a whole new set of traders looking in this level because it's the 0.5 level of the Fibonacci. So they're also going to be looking to get short in the market in this area. Plus, we're going to have a third set of traders. After this massive bullish push to the upside, a lot of people were actually buying in this area. People were buying and expecting that we were going to break and actually go majorly and break above this all-time high for Solana at this $265 per Solana. But it never actually happened. And there was a lot of people buying in the market here, actually expecting for high prices, but then we got a massive tank down to that $7 level, and they're down 90-95% on their money. So when price finally comes back to this area, people are going to be saying, thank you, I can finally get out of my trade break even, because there are people right now who have bought Solana, who are holding Solana from this $130 range in their portfolio today, and they're down massive. When price finally comes back, they're going to be saying, thank you, I can finally get out of my trade break even. So you're going to have those three sets of traders, one using the Fibonacci, one using the support and resistance, and one basically getting out of their old positions in the market, all looking to do the same thing. They're all looking to sell at this current point. So it would be a perfect target to for Solana to make in 2023. Scrolling out on the weekly time frame so you can see it even better. Look, we had that support in this area. Major breakout to the downside. Where did we come back and retest? We retested this support and resistance flip, also the 0.5 Fibonacci, before we made major retracements to the downside. So if this is my second target right in here for Solana, let's look at how far away that price is from the current price all the way up. That's over 565% gain in the market on this particular trade. And I definitely think it has some good potential to happen in 2023. Even though we're already halfway through the year by tomorrow, it doesn't mean that this could not happen in 2023, because massive moves have definitely happened in the past for Solana, especially when you look over on the left-hand side here, how quickly we had this massive bull run, and this was all on the weekly time frame. So we definitely have good potential to actually come up and make that 550% on Solana. Let me now move over to target 3 for Solana. Now, to find my third and final target for Solana, I use the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. Actually bring it down all the way to this all-time low here at 20 cents, bring it all the way up to this all-time high here, and then bring it down to this current low that happened in late 2022. You can see that we get some price actually populating in the market here. We've got our target 1, you've got our target 2, which again perfectly lines up with this 0.5 level on the Fibonacci level, plus we've got my main level that I'm actually looking at, which is known as the golden zone. The golden zone is the 1618 to 175 level on the trend-based Fibonacci extension. The trend-based Fibonacci extension and the retracement tool are using high-grade mathematical equations to actually calculate some levels that a lot of traders are using, and even automated traders are using these strategies in the market to find potential target zones that they're looking for price. So if we use this as my third target, you can see that the price is currently at that $20 range. All the way up to here, that's over 2,200% profit gain on this potential trade. All the way up to this high here, which is the true target that I'm actually looking for in Solana. If I want to trade, I'm looking for those 20x potentials in the market. And I definitely think this has a really solid potential to happen in this next bull run. Now, because it's a little bit further away, it might take more than 6 months, might take a little bit longer than 2023 for this to occur. But I don't think anybody's going to be complaining when you said, oh, it's going to take 8 to 9 months instead of 6 months to make a massive 20x return in the market. But truly what I'm waiting for is confirmation to actually break above this exponential moving average, and also to see it's beginning to uptick to the upside like it was back in this area. I need to see a trending EMA to actually get confirmation and finally get a break above it to then confluence zone and confirm to me that we're beginning to make that bull run for Solana in 2023. Then I'm going to be looking at my first initial target of target 1 around that 45% away. Then I'm looking at my target 2 of 550% away. Then truly looking at my target 3 around that 2,000 to 2,200% away in the market. Once price definitely reaches in this area, you're definitely going to see at least a small amount of retracement, potentially coming back to this all-time high level for Solana before we then look for even higher prices, especially coming into 2024 and potentially 2025. If you haven't already, leave a like on the video, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos. That's all I have for you for today's video. I really hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.